How's it going?
I'm Sarah and he's James and we're the Hold or Nothing.
We're heading to one of the most famous cities in Bolivia. But Potosi's fame is built on one thing and one thing only, and that's an imposing mountain with an equally imposing history.
So I've got a question to ask you that I forgot to ask the guy yesterday when we booked the tour. You know it lasts like 3 or 4 hours.
Yeah.
What happens if you're down there and you need a wee?
So here's another thing that I'm worried about. You know it's going to be dark, okay?
Yes.
I'm worried I'm going to fall down.
You do have a headlamp, and there
Yeah.
are some lights,
Yeah.
and just try and walk normally.
After much deliberation, we decided to take a tour of Potosi's silver mines to see firsthand the terrible working conditions and the devastation colonial rule had on this part of Bolivia. We knew we weren't going to enjoy it, but we still weren't prepared for what we were about to experience.
For centuries, the city of Potosi in the southern highlands of Bolivia was one of the richest cities in the world. It's now one of the poorest. You see, located in Cerro Rico, a huge mountain that looms over Potosi, was once one of the largest silver mines in the world. So large that it pretty much single-handedly bankrolled the Spanish colonisation of the Americas. In fact, it's said that close to 80% of all the silver in the world came from the mines of Cerro Rico, or Rich Mountain. However, by the time Bolivia got its independence from Spain, the mine's silver reserves had largely been decimated.
Also known as the mountain that eats men, during colonial rule as many as 8 million enslaved miners perished inside Cerro Rico. The slaves were indigenous people from the Americas, plus tens of thousands of people shipped in from Africa. They were sent underground for months on end to work 20-hour shifts, 7 days a week with just 4 hours rest per day. Most never came out alive. They say that with the amount of silver dug out from Potosi, you could build a bridge all the way to Spain, and another bridge could be built all the way back with the bones of those who died in the mines.
Crisscrossed with over 20,000 tunnels, the Bolivian government has long since stopped funding the mines, but around 15,000 men still work in there as part of cooperatives, extracting less profitable minerals such as lead and zinc, which are then sent all over the world to make things like elements for electronics. It's incredibly dangerous, but there's so few other work options in Potosi.
So we've just been to the shop on the way to the mine to buy some drinks for the guys that are actually working down in the mines.
While inside Cerro Rico, miners believe that they are at the mercy of a devil-like god of the underworld called El Tío. They make offerings such as 95% alcohol, cigarettes and coca leaves to him and pray that he keeps them safe from accidents and provides quality minerals for them to mine. Because the amount miners earn isn't guaranteed, often it's more about luck than anything. Oh, and the reason he's got such a big is a sign of his masculinity and fertility. These two brothers are just 18 and 20 years old. The younger, stronger miners are usually the miners doing the most manual jobs, such as pushing the carts. However, some miners are as young as 12 or 13. Everyone has relatives or friends who have died from silicosis or in mining accidents, yet they have no choice but to follow in their footsteps in order to support their families.
This miner is 45 years old, and he's been working in the mine pretty much all his life. Bolivia's miners don't usually live past 40 to 50 years. By that stage, their lungs are usually just too knackered, and they're coughing up blood, eventually succumbing to silicosis or black lung.
These are the dynamites, and then they blast. With explosions, the minerals fall down, then they have to select, then they carry outside. Yellow one is the pyrite, fool's gold, fake gold. There is dark color, black color, that's the silver. Okay?
This miner's getting a hole ready to put dynamite in after we leave. We passed his son working in another section. The miners work wholly underground for anywhere between 10 to 12-hour shifts, and they don't take food into the mines. They believe the combination of dust and food will make them sick, so instead, they survive on just coca leaves to give them the energy they need.
So what are your immediate thoughts on coming out of the mine?
Pretty happy.
Yeah, me too. It's super interesting, but nah, don't want to do that again. So,
No, it's pretty devastating to see the conditions that people have to work in.
Yeah, I mean, you said to me, didn't you, that you read this review before we came here about the place has got like a bit of a bad energy about it, and I kind of get it.
It's nothing to do with the people or the place itself necessarily, but it's been odd.
When we watched the tour, the guide was very clear saying to us that it won't be something you enjoy, and it's very much a social tour.
Yeah,
it was so intense.
It's difficult to process.
I was just like very conscious that it was really dangerous in there. And when we were going through the tunnels and stuff that were really small, obviously that felt really claustrophobic, and you were very aware that you were underground and you couldn't just get out. You know, the tunnels where the carts were, and that was the only way, so you had to like run to get in front of them and then like dip into like a little space at the side. So quite often our guide would be like, run, 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 run. The adrenaline like combined with the fear.
And we both had really strange dreams that night.
Yeah.
After we'd been into the mines as well.
Oh, and you had the thing with the dynamite.
A bit of the tour that I didn't want to do. It was right at the end, and we'd been through, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 different places in the mines. But there was the final bit was going up into a really small hole. I just didn't feel that I wanted to do it at that stage. So I stayed behind with the assistant tour guide, and we were just sat down, and all of a sudden there was a huge explosion, and I felt it in my chest. The miner just casually said, "Yeah, I've just set off the dynamite." I was really quite panicked at that stage. It already started filling up with dust and stuff like that, but he said it's going to get really bad. So we decided to go up into the tunnel to try and get away from it.
I bet you wish you'd gone on the little hole with me.
Yeah, I don't know, not quite.
The tour cost a bit more than it did with other tour agencies because they pay part of the money towards the cooperative. So it didn't feel exploitative in that sense.
I think the other thing to remember is that it's about your motivations as well.
Yeah.
So if you are going down to Gorp, it's not a tourist attraction.
No, it's not, and you're going to feel awful afterwards as well.
Thanks for watching. Leave us a comment below to let us know what you think of the mines, and don't forget to subscribe.
And make sure you press that little alarm bell thingy and it'll tell you when we next post a video. See ya!
Bye.